that this is not, I'm not a certified medical professional. You should speak to one if you want to understand more. So this is just what I do in terms of trying to live a bit longer.
We heard the disclaimer.
Yeah. So I think the last time I gave a talk was maybe 5 years ago at
Wow.
Future Factory.
Yeah.
And that was on the nature of consciousness. And pretty much everyone's eyes glazed over at the time, apart from Pete.
Big fan.
Who's into it. Whereas today it's going to be more, what I do from a health longevity perspective. So I've included a picture of my, that is my kitchen cupboard, which is full of a lot of different supplements. Some of them aimed around kind of increasing NAD, some aimed around getting my different vitamin levels up, other ones trying to reduce bad fats and things like that. I have to admit, I've bought so many and I've read all the research, but my memory is also just quite bad. So if you see what I take and you're like, so why exactly are you taking that one? I may not have an answer, but at the end of the pack I have, I guess, the people I trust in terms of who I get advice from, and they've done lots of research and they've got all the clinical trials and the different papers and whatever. So yeah, look it up. So in terms of the gurus around kind of longevity science, which is kind of getting quite hot at the moment with, I don't know, has anyone here heard of Brian Johnson? Show of hands, Brian Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe because I'm in a little Twitter bubble. No one else. So, Brian Johnson he had a successful startup doing, I can't remember what, but he sold it for 800 million, and he's like, okay, what should I do with my life? And he's 45 or whatever, he's overweight, he's been just, grinding away, right, on the startup. And he's like, you know what, I'm going to really get into longevity. And he's trying to quantify everything about himself. And he's just introduced this blueprint program, which is do this, take that. He's got a supplement list that's, giant. And his whole plan is he wants to basically reverse aging. So it's pretty hot in Twitter. Okay? But so then there's David Sinclair, who was Australian, working in America, doing research, mice research, so, feeding different supplements to mice, and he's trying to restart kind of the repair process in DNA. So apparently in DNA, you've got the copy that's running, and then you've got a backup copy, and apparently they found a way to basically, it's almost like a a backup restore, to get your current DNA replaced with this backup copy. And doing that, they managed to get blind mice to see again, which is, well, at least in terms of research, it's pretty exciting. So I think I got into this stuff, maybe in 2018 or maybe 2017. And then I've been working in consulting, it's grinding away, drinking goodie bag food, whatever. And then I was just like, oh geez, this is not really good for me. Because you can have a bit of cognitive dissonance around, I know what's good for my longevity, but at the same time, you're just still living a bad lifestyle, right? And so I was like, no, I need to try and prioritize something that's more important than work and things like that, and really try and get the health side of things under control. So the first book I read was, I think, How Not to Die, aptly put, and it was advertising a Mediterranean diet. Don't eat fried foods. Had a bunch of different things. So it was a good start into it. And then from there I kind of got into all the other read a bunch of different research, most of which I don't remember, but whatever I have remembered has turned into a routine. So this would have been, I think this would have been me kind of circa 20, 2017. And being, you know, like through a lot of kind of self-quantification, a lot of dieting, all of that things, I managed to, get in better shape, which is one of the most important things for longevity. For a start, if you have a high level of fat in your body, you have high cholesterol levels. If you have high cholesterol levels, I don't know, there's science and basically you die earlier. I don't know the exact details, but it's just bad. It also means you've got more fat around your internal organs, which causes inflammation and some other things. But the simple message is, like, you know, lose weight, get in shape, and you'll live longer. So I've been doing, I've started doing quite a bit of quantified self. So I'm doing like calorie counting a lot of the time, not all the time. Sleep monitoring. My sleep is nowhere near as good as some of these people like Brian Johnson, but and then looking at fat composition, looking at all the different stats and whatnot. And for 39, I'm kind of tracking okay in terms of like the body fat percentages and things like that. So,
did you have any hardware that you used to track that stuff? Like
that was a Dexys. So I've had all the different things. So at the moment I just use the Fitbit because I like the display. But I've had the Oura Ring and I've had the Whoop. Whoop and Fitbit, they have very different algorithms in terms of calculating quite a few things. Apparently the Whoop is better, but if you're really just tracking trends, it doesn't matter too much. So then, from a morning routine, I have TMG, NMN, sulforaphan, apigenin, and omega fish oil. So apigenin, I kind of heard is like a poor man's statin, so it can kind of help in terms of lowering cholesterol. Sulforaphan it's just kind of like broccoli on steroids. So if you don't want to eat a lot of broccoli, you can have that. It's apparently good for you. NMN is kind of one of those things where the verdict is out. It could boost NAD production, but it may not. And the clinical studies kind of say, well, it boosts blood NAD levels, but not necessarily muscle NAD levels and whatever else. And
What's the NAD level?
I can't remember, but it's good for you.
He's got a spreadsheet. He's got a spreadsheet. Are you happy to share the spreadsheet?
You can get NAD diagnostic kits.
Yeah.
It's to do with mitochondria. Look up.
Oh, sorry.
Mitochondria something.
So mitochondria uses it to make energy in your cell,
Right.
and it also attracts healing to the cell.
Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, that's right.
Will it make my bottom firmer?
Yeah, exactly.
That was the step before, right? That would be like collagen working out, So then there's TMG, and I can't remember. TMG may have synergistic things with NMN, and then it's just good in general. But again, I can't exactly remember.
TMG is important to take NMN because the NMN depletes TMG.
Yeah.
The TMG is basically
Crowdsourcing it.
Yeah.
It's
What he's saying.
so good.
I
So many
think
biohacker communities.
TMG is definitely good, and then the verdict's out on whether NMN is. So if you follow David Sinclair, he says NMN's good, but then if you follow other people, they're like, well, no, NMN doesn't do anything. So and the thing is, because we don't actually have population studies for any of this stuff, it's just really, it's kind of like listening to the local, I don't know, your horoscope or your dream reader or something, right? Because there's not actually enough data to validate any of these people's claims.
But surely you listen to your body. And how did your body feel after taking all of these things?
True. How does my body?
Subjectively.
Yeah, how does your body feel
Subjectively,
after
yeah.
taking all of these things?
Good. Most of the
You
time.
gotta control,
I
yeah.
don't know. So then on the left, I've got like creatine, collagen, athletic greens. So athletic greens is just like a general vitamin supplement. It's one of the better tasting ones. And that's for all your non-fat soluble vitamins. And the thing about non-fat soluble vitamins, at least from what I understand, and there's probably someone smarter who understands better, but you know, if you have too much, you're going to pee it out. So it's really not hurting you too much to overdo it on all those ones. Creatine, yeah, good for working out, but it's also apparently good for mental health. Collagen, good for your skin, plus probably your internal organs.
Brain health.
Okay. There we go.
Not mental health.
Brain health. Okay.
Depends
Is that the creatine?
Yeah.
Should load up the spreadsheet later.
Collagen, bovine or marine?
At the moment, I don't know actually. Like, I think I've had both, but that one is, I don't know, whatever do not age cells.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one, I'm not sure. This is like a local one, and then like I've got the collagen peptides from. Yeah.
Are you specifically doing creatine monohydrate?
Yes.
It's a habit. Yeah, you said it and it keeps going.
Okay. So then, the other, one of the, I think I had like an 80-20 little slide. Yeah, okay. Like, I'll just go back to the 80-20 before all the other things though, because you can get really stuck into all the technical elements of this chemical and that chemical and vitamin and whatever. But if you just want the 80-20 for longevity, it's lose weight. So ideally get down to like 15% body fat. So for me, like I started out like 84, and then I was like, shit, I need to change that. Went down to 74. Then COVID hit, you know, I was like locked up. It shot back up, and then I managed to get back into a good weight range. But yeah, ideally you want to get down to say 15, as a man, maybe 15% body fat, maybe a bit lower. Strength training. So when you get older, your muscles get weaker. You lose muscle mass, and then you fall in the shower, and then you're in hospital, and then it's all over basically. So try and maintain your muscle strength, which is through through weight training and through adequate protein intake, which is, say, depending on who you follow, maybe 2 grams of protein per kg of body mass, but could be as low as 0.8. So depending on whether you're between 0.8 grams to 2 grams per kg of body mass. And then wear sunscreen. So forgetting all, apart from all the other skin routine you can do, sunscreen will make your skin stay younger. This is just like a kind of a fact. So everyone should be wearing sunscreen basically all the time.
Just stay younger. Younger looking.
Yeah.
To keep the skin
I
healthy.
thought only women cared about that.
Yeah.
I didn't care till.
Till you hit 39.
And eat vegetables. Like, it's really easy to skip vegetables, but they're good for you. And you should eat them. Especially like high in fiber ones. So is it the starchy one? No, not the starchy ones. The leafy. Leafy. Yeah. And like kale and.
You're preaching to the converted.
Yeah.
So then,
After we ate pizza.
Yeah. Got the kale pizza.
Protein, and then workout, so strength training. Cardio training is also good. And then if you really want to go kind of hardcore, you can do like, calorie counting and protein counting and all that stuff, where, you're trying to say minimize your carb intakes or whatever it is. I've tried all the different diets like keto and high protein and whatever, but at the end of the day, it's just calorie deficit, right? Like you burn more than you take in, and you'll lose weight. So then, like I said, you have to eat veggies. I personally have been a kid that never grew up, and I never liked vegetables. So I didn't like them when I was a kid, didn't like them when I'm older. If it's like the choice between the salad and the chips, I'm gonna pick the chips. So what I do is I just chuck all my veggies in a blender, because I want to. It's not a juicer because I want to get the fiber as well. and just drink it. And I don't mind it. I mean, people have tried it and they're like, this is foul. But I guess I don't know. Like if you used to,
It's bachelor
if you're used to
chow.
drinking
Exactly.
like cocktails or Long Island iced teas
Yeah.
or whatever, like it's not that bad in comparison.
Yeah.
I haven't mixed too much vodka in with
I
these.
think
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say.
Have you had hemp seeds?
I'm using in this one I'm using chia seeds. I think it's similar.
Mm.
I think the hemp seeds is also omega rich maybe. But I don't think I've done the hemp ones.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got like so for this I'll do cacao, which I can't remember. It's like it's good, kinda, yeah.
But it's got good antioxidants in it.
Antioxidants.
Yeah.
Psyllium husk. So you want to get maybe 35 grams of fiber per day, and so psyllium husk kind of boosts that level, and it's good for your cholesterol and good for I don't know stuff. Basically, you want to have it high.
Mm.
And then I chuck some collagen in, chia seeds, which is omega. Then I put berries, and berries are very good for you for reasons like, like yeah, just
So
you want
good.
berries.
Berries are good.
Can I share something there?
Yeah.
Latest research on strawberries helps with cognitive decline, so
Really?
eat strawberries.
Mm.
I eat strawberries.
To boost it. Yeah, well,
I just wonder what the quality of food we eat. So, like, you know, with the stuff we buy in the supermarkets, for example, is
Yeah.
proven to be, like, you know, the minute you pick something off its source, the fruit, it loses its vitamins straight away. So, buying organic is really important. Also, the way they process the soil. But I wonder, with the quality of our food and our veg, if that's still giving us enough of what we need. How does your body feel about that?
Well, my body's feeling quite cool because I actually had one of these before I came. So. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's a good point on how does my body feel. I haven't really thought about it like that.
Yeah, well, surely your body, but it's your body you attending to. You're feeding your body. That's what you're feeding is your body. So surely you listen to the thing you're feeding.
Yeah. I mean, look. So if I haven't had a big night, my body feels pretty good. If I've been doing this for a while, it's like full of energy and like it's good.
Okay.
But what I mean is like the issue with the issue. What is it? Correlation, causation. Like if I'm drinking but then I'm having this, like how's my body going to feel? Right? You need to like
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So then also like a broccoli, spinach, or kale, or maybe multiple. So they're all like very healthy.
How do you do it?
What?
Stick with the diet like that.
I mean, it's not like religious, but most days, yeah, I have that. Yeah. Just,
Have it.
So you do sit now and then.
what's that?
You do like sneak into McDonald's once a
Yeah, no. I mean, like, yeah. It's what I say is like I'll be pretty religious on the stuff, especially if I'm working from home. If I'm not working from home, then you go out, you whatever. If I go out, then a couple of days after going out, I'd generally be eating bad or Uber Eats, just whatever. So what I'd say is I don't stick to it religiously. I would say that but I try and do it, most of the time.
Is that the 80-20 reference? Yeah.
Well, I would like it to be all the time, but yeah, I don't think you can beat yourself up too much, right? Like you still got to live.
So that's interesting. So eating that way is not living.
What's that?
Eating this way is not living. Eating junk food is living.
Live it up.
So,
I don't know, like we're biologically designed to like junk food, right? Like because of our biological evolution. It's just unfortunate. Basically, our bodies are designed for scarcity, and we don't have that, and so we overeat and we eat fatty foods because in nature it'd be very difficult to find them. And so it's like, wow, let's grab that. Whereas now everything can be designed exactly to hack into our biology, which is not necessarily in our benefit, And then because apparently in one of the books it said you shouldn't fry stuff, but I'm trying to get into I do like a slow cook it. It actually tastes better than it looks, but it's like chicken and tomatoes and capsicum and stuff like that. And then I'll have like another set of pills. So this is so D3K2. K2 is good for calcium absorption and probably other things. D3, if you're not in the sun a lot, you want, I think it's 4,000 units of D3. And so I'll do 3,000, and I'm kind of hoping that I get enough sun for the other one. Ashwagandha, I can't remember. Well, it's good.
It's a stress reducer. Right. Yeah, it reduces cortisol.
I think
great.
there's some other health benefits. But
Chuck it on Google Sheet. Yeah.
then hyaluronic acid, so it's good for your skin as well, and probably internal organs. Turmeric, ginseng. I don't think anyone's recommending ginseng. I'm taking that.
It's Chinese.
Ubiquinol, the research is not great, but some people are taking it anyway. And then Phycetin, I can't remember what Phycetin does, but
So
I
Dave,
think maybe you're supposed to take it with a fat.
and Stanford.
So then in terms of food, and this is really from the How Not to Die book, basically Mediterranean diet, and that's just based on demographic studies of, say, Japan, Italy, whatever, they seem to live longer. And also avoid frying. So if you fry food, it becomes more carcinogenic or something like that. So yeah, if you, depending on which one you listen to, they'll be like, don't eat meat at all, meat is bad. But when I read it, it's like meat is bad because you fry it, red meat is bad because, but evenings is when you socialize and do things. And so, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is skin. This is a little bit vain, I guess, but I'm taking most of the different things. So sunscreen, obviously, like I said, sunscreen is important. Cleanser. You can take collagen. You can apply like collagen on your skin as well. Same with hyaluronic acid, retinol, and then other vitamins. So vitamin A, B, C, and E are like good for your skin.
I wonder if that's different from darker skin. Like, what do you guys think? Like, because like people with darker skin don't use these things, or even Asian skin doesn't.
Vitamin E doesn't do well on my skin.
Yeah.
I'm very hot. So
For me, it's the vitamin D.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's with all people of pigments with color
Pigmented,
skin,
yeah.
pigment skin. I need to take the vitamin D drops
Oh, you take the
to
serum.
maintain
Yeah.
the bioceuticals drops. Just one drop a day, and it helps my immune system. Otherwise, my immune system goes down.
So you apply it on your face?
No, it's an oral drop.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff comes down to genetics as well. Hey.
Yeah.
If you interview your family,
Sorry?
did you ever interview your parents or your family around their
Their
health
skin regime.
regime? And
I've tried. I keep trying. I talked to my dad.
His mouth full of chips, you can't hear it.
Yeah.
I talked to him like, look, you're retired. You've got no excuse. Get a PT. Do this. Do that. Oh well, I'm okay. I talked to my doctor. He said, and I'm like, it's like a generational thing.
Yeah, it is a generation.
I bought them. I bought my parents different things like the athletic greens. They like that. I got them NMN. And they're like, oh no, I can't sleep on that. Then I'm like, okay, Dad, you've retired. For your health, get in shape, blah, blah, blah. But,
They didn't build a habit.
so far it's not resonating. My dad, he's corporate, he's like, I'll get back to you on that. Let's circle back. I'll take it under consideration.
there's so much to contribute in relation to the creams and stuff.
Yeah.
It's important to know which chemicals are put in it and which are so trace that they don't put on the label. So there's an app called Yuka.
Yucca.
Yeah, maybe someone here.
Oh, I'll have to talk to you afterwards. What's it called? Yucca.
Yeah, YUKA, and it talks about all the ingredients, even your fizzy water, and what's in it, but not necessarily declared on the label.
Yeah, I have to admit, I just go to Chemist Warehouse and grab
because
it.
it's directly into your skin, what you rub onto your hair goes into straight, known carcinogens and all those really scary things.
There's also the spray. I don't know, Avene. It's like mineral water or thermal spray that can help with that.
Thermal spray.
Yeah.
I was like, add it to your repertoire.
Awesome. Yeah. We're gonna do this live Google Sheet. You know, just like
Someone's
document.
taking notes.
Yeah, I'm recording it. So it's okay. Yeah.
Sleep. So apparently you should have completely blacked out windows, like completely dark curtains, and you shouldn't eat. Like, I mean, if you're Brian Johnson, you don't eat after midday because you want your body to get perfect sleep. And then I not always, but I'll take a cocktail sometimes, which would be say magnesium, L-theanine, sometimes melatonin. Although, yeah, depending on who you talk to, once again, it's one of those things where someone will be like, oh yeah, melatonin helps you sleep. Someone else will say, oh no, it's going to deregulate your body's natural production of melatonin. Yeah, I think you know more than me, so like...
Yeah, melatonin is used if you're moving from different time zones. It's a phase shift mechanism that resets circadian rhythm, similar to your own melatonin production. So depending on the your physiological levels, but you need probably more, about 40 or 50 milligrams of it to have an effect. So people tend to underdose it.
I think it's like 300 milligrams.
It is effective at the right dosing, in terms of phase shift.
Yeah, so, and then no blue light, so ideally you shouldn't have as much blue light in your devices later on.
Does that include television?
Yes, so.
I think that has all the lights.
Yeah, all lights. It's all blue.
My husband's the worst. Like he's like on the computer, on the phone, on the TV.
So then, yeah, all of this stuff is hard to follow, and there's lots of different people. So I follow Dr. Brad Stanfield. He's got like a YouTube channel. He's Kiwi, I'm Kiwi, so I trust him. He doesn't like Sinclair, I don't like Sinclair. So are you recording? But yeah, there's a few different stacks. Like if you're interested in this stuff, I would say, yeah, there's Brad Stanfield has a stack. Lincoln Cannon has a pretty good stack. He's got his own like kind of nootropics and health supplement startup. Brian Johnson is going, if you're in Twitter, he's going nuts at the moment. Like everyone is getting into all this stuff right now because he's making it kind of mainstream. Well, sorry, Twitter mainstream. Yeah. So I guess that's it. If you've got any questions,
yeah.
Blood transfusions.
Yeah.
This Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing blood transfusions with the
Yeah, literal blood boy.
He looks like an android as well. You can't really tell.
Yeah.
So Brian Johnson, this guy, is using his son as a blood boy.
He's stopped that now.
Oh really? Really?
Yeah. But he's doing it for his dad as well, so it's 3 generations of blood transfusion.
I wonder if we're still missing the point that this body we have is the most intricate machine in the world. Like every cell has the ability to function on its own. Every single cell. So I wonder if we're just not listening to our bodies. Like that's why I keep saying, what is your body telling you? What's your body telling you? Because this is honestly the most intricate machine. It heals itself. It turns food into body. Like it was born like somehow, like it just. So I just wondered have we lost our connection with our bodies?
I've been not covering it here, but I'm definitely trying to get into meditation, which is a better way. Obviously, when you say listening to your body, that can mean many different things. And a lot of the time, we can be stuck in a kind of a more an academic or a highly abstract kind of way of thinking. And so we're not as connected with our body. And so through meditation and kind of trying to disconnect from all those habitual thoughts and that inner monologue, you can then better connect with your underlying feelings. It's true.
And if I may add to that one, actually, meditation, there's so many different forms of meditation. And I would suggest in that case, neurosomatic type meditation, which is like your body scanning, feeling on the external sides and feeling internally.
Do you do the body scan top to bottom?
Yes, you can do, yes.
I do the breathing one. Every time I try and do
Yeah.
something else, I just end up counting my breaths. You know, I tried doing the chakra. I don't know. It's tough meditation.
It is. I'll send you one if you
Yeah.
can. It takes a while to get into, but once you just gently bring yourself back every single time, you know, it's like weight training. Muscle gets stronger.
Yeah. Is it like a YouTube or?
Yeah, yes, it's a YouTube one.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, Couture didn't eat, pray, love. You should smile, you do a smile meditation, just sit there
Smile
smiling,
meditation.
be still. And then your liver has to smile as well.
We have a point in that
I
actually.
think also in terms of connection, like given all the microbiome and everything else that's controlling us, it's all about interconnection. That we as humans, we talked about earlier, we're not connecting with each other. We're more and more isolated. We're not part of communities. Our homes are increasingly sort of empty or separated. You don't know who your neighbours are. So I think we need to do a major rewrite of that. How we as a community interact with each other in a good, healthy way.
Well, a definition of AI, not artificial intelligence, artificial intimacy. That's where we're at now with 1,000 friends and we can't even talk.
It's consumerism, right? It suits so many other sort of agendas rather than a wholesome human agenda.
I
Yeah.
do like the term ancient intelligence, because our bodies know. Yeah, tune into ancient intelligence.
And when you speak of just smiling and that having an effect, in fact, there's plenty of research that shows that you can actually reverse engineer what's happening in your mind by just taking on a particular posture. So that's
It's the Amy Cuddy,
how it
isn't
goes
it?
in.
Yeah,
Yes,
the Amy Cuddy stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
the Amy Cuddy stuff, which was debunked, and then it was research again, and it's brought back. So yeah.
But once again, it's about trusting yourself, listening to yourself. Like, whatever I'm saying is, we're outsourcing, we're researching, so-and-so, this lovely Twitter chap says this, and Joe Blog says that, and Sue Blue says this. But what about trusting yourself and trusting your own body? So when I eat pasta, I fart like a true pastor. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. Do you feel closer to me? That's cool. But I mean, listen to that. Like when I have caffeine, my nervous system goes crazy, right? And I still put it in my body. Like why? So it's just like that's what I meant by listening to your body. Like your body will tell you.
I can't remember what her name is, but there's a Russian lady who came here. I think,
Yeah,
last
you.
month.
Oh, yeah.
Can't remember her name. But yeah, she
That's
runs.
right.
She does meditation retreats aimed around.
Katya.
using
Yeah, we're actually going. Going to the AC dinner on Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, you're doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, I think she does meditation as a way of longevity, or like, yeah, it sounded pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about giving blood? Because then your body has to regenerate new blood. Is that?
I haven't looked into it. Maybe.
There's a correlation between longevity and people who give blood, but then maybe the people who give blood.
It's really a program that's just going to reproduce.
Well, they seem to be toxins, it's the latest research. They seem to be toxins from age, blood inflammatory toxins. So if you dilute that with saline, or it doesn't have to be young blood, is the point, that seems to improve things. So that makes
What about if you give blood, then you have to generate new blood?
That sounds good. Well, round of applause for Stefan.